30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes.
Is there anybody out there that wants to roll? And is there anybody out there that wants to boogie? Tonight, live from the Apollo, Glasgow.
Well, if you're looking for trouble, I'm the man to see. If you're looking for satisfaction, the satisfaction guaranteed. I'm as cool as a body on ice, hotter than the rolling dice. Send you to heaven, or take you to hell.
Welcome to Glasgow Apollo Live with Scott and Andy.
That was our mate. Hear that, Andy? That was our mate Tom doing the intro there. Did you hear him? Good evening. Welcome to Glasgow Apollo Live with me, Scott and Andy. With me, Scott MacArthur.
And me, Andy Muir.
This, I've got a feeling that tonight might be a wee bit mad because I'm in the mood. I'm definitely in a funny mood, so it's never a good sign. I'm also tonight we're broadcasting on LinkedIn as well as Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. You know what? You know why? You know why, mate? You know why? I thought. Do you know what?
Are we professional tonight?
Well, no.
Well, LinkedIn.
Well, yeah, but it is more than that. It was because I was thinking about it and I thought, you know, this is an important part of our lives. And it's like, why wouldn't I broadcast it on LinkedIn? Why am I pretending it's not part of my life? So if you don't like it, you're on LinkedIn, don't watch. Go and read a book by Tony Robbins or something and waste your time rather than wasting your time with us. But I'm looking, there's people on there already. Hi, folks on LinkedIn. Anyway, how you been, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm a bit perturbed that we're on LinkedIn.
Why? I've done it before.
I'm joking.
Hello, Nora. I can see you there. Hi, Nora. How you doing?
Hello, Nora.
But Lincoln, Nora.
Miss Matey.
Who's that? Kenny, how you doing? Say hello to us first, mate. Like, yeah, prioritised. But I have a funny day today. I'm feeling funny. I'm feeling weird. So it could really go quite badly. Oh, I forgot to take the studio thing off. Hang on, let me just take that off. There's the first mistake of the night. There you go, mate. It's done. Anyway, welcome to Glasgow Apollo Live. We've got. How would you describe the music tonight, mate? How would you encapsulate the music?
Very 80s.
80s, yeah.
Because it's all from the 80s.
Well, nearly always is from the 80s, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of a bluesy, poppy, rocky vibe. So we've got a bit of a mixture for you tonight.
We've got a bit of mixture.
Yeah, a mixture. It's a good mixture. It's a good mixture. So I had a sick child today, so I couldn't go to work, which was good. I mean, it meant I could basically spend the whole day cleaning. Huh?
Are they better?
Yeah, it's Bertie. No, he had a tummy bug. He was fine. He got up and he wasn't pretending for once. He was actually not well. He was sick. So,
right. And
he just slept until about. Well, the sign was he slept until 1 o'clock. So he was properly ill. Hello, Kenny. You are looking well, Scott. Yeah, no, it's look. I can. The only thing I don't do, like Stephen, I blink. Like my eye doesn't blink. Like that's the only thing that's not returned yet. So I'm there.
It does blink when you do it. It does blink when you involuntarily.
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. But it's and I can sleep better. So it's great, Kenny. Thank you. I've been very, very lucky because I was talking to a pal of mine who had it a few years ago, and he had it for 6 months. I've had it for 7 weeks. So hey, lucky boy, So no, I'm very grateful that it's not it's gone away. And I'm actually next week. I didn't expect to be doing this, but next week I've actually got a gig in Glasgow on Thursday next week. I'm speaking, and I did not expect to do that until February next year. So I need the cash, so I'm pleased to be doing it. But it's in Merchant City, so I'm going to be in the Horseshoe on Thursday, about 4:00. And if you fancy coming along, me and Tom Russell will be there, and my mate Brian, and we'll be having a few pints of Guinness. So if you fancy coming, guys, you're more than welcome. It'd be good. Nora, yeah, I am really, really lucky, and it's kind of like I feel I quite often feel sorry for myself because it was a bit shit, and I hated drinking through a straw, and I'm still dribbling a bit, but don't get me don't start. I know some of you are thinking you dribbled anyway. Maybe I did, but okay. But yeah, it's better. So anyway, so tonight, what we're going to do tonight, mate? Yeah, we're going to play some music, and we're going to have a bit of a witter. We're probably going to not have a show next week, so this will be our second last show of 2024. Andy and I haven't talked about this yet, but every year, certainly for the last 4 or 5 years, we've had a really long show in New Year, and I would love to do the same, mate, if you're up to it.
Sure.
We'll play some music, we'll have a show, then we'll go away and we'll come back and all that sort of probably not right at Hug. I think last year we did. Who did we do last year? It was Crow the year before. Last year, what was the gig we played? Can you remember? I don't remember.
Can't remember.
What was that? Anyway, so we've got some really good quality gigs now, which we didn't have last year. So it might be one of them. In fact, one of the gigs tonight, there's one I quite fancy playing, but we'll see how we get on. But, so that's it, really. Anyway, what have you been listening to this week, mate? Anything good?
No.
Well, that's the end of that conversation. Okay, now.
No, I haven't.
This is
Honestly,
LinkedIn. This is what it's like. You've been doing this for like how many years? 3 years. This is how good you get at it.
I haven't listened to anything of note. Oh, right. Nothing new.
Nothing new.
All in the past. Nothing new. Sorry.
Well, I mean, I've been kind of similar, I guess.
I did listen to the songs that we played tonight. I listened to them.
Yeah, we're going to play some Rory Gallager tonight, and every time we
more
play
than once. Actually, I listened to a song by
Raymond.
A guy called David Lindley.
Who's that?
He's got a blues guy, plays slide, and
okay.
Is called Mercury something. It's a brilliant song. Mercury.
Is it? Mercury Rising. Is it Mercury Rising? That's usually what they say when they have Mercury in a title.
No, Mercury. It's about a car. About a car.
Right, okay, cool. Mercury by what was his name again? Say his name again.
Find out, shush.
Right, okay. Well, I've been listening to some weird stuff this week. Wouldn't surprise you that. I've kind of been sent quite a lot of new music this week. I've been trying to catch up with it today. Sorry, on you go.
I think it's called Crazy About the Mercury.
Oh, right, okay.
It's talking about driving a car.
All right.
No, it's called Mercury Blues. I was right. Mercury
All right,
Blues.
okay.
David Lindley, brilliant little song. I must have played it 5 times in a row.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good then.
It's pretty good.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm cutting in George Michael on BBC for the Brian. Now, come on.
Well, I'd say Brian.
Come on.
You've got the
George Michael.
You better go back to George.
Hello, Derek. Oh, Derek's here. Hello, Prof. How you doing? He makes these occasional he wisps in and entertains us all and educates us all, then he goes away. Good evening, guys. How are you doing? We're doing good, Brian. Thank you very much.
Good, Brian. Thanks.
Well, I've been listening to this. I've been listening to Periphery. I'm becoming obsessed with them, and I've kind of got. Well, you and I were there about a year ago, but Sleep Token are kind of annoying me a bit. I can't stop listening to them at the moment.
Right.
Particularly Vor. You know that song Vor? What a track that is. God. Listen to that, and I've been listening to a local band here, which I won't bother you with quite a bit. But yeah, it's been all right. I mean, I've had a good week music wise. It's been, in the last few days, I've had some time, which is nice. Not time, but I've had time. Had headphones on, so I've been able to listen to some music, which is really nice. The new Opeth album has been pretty much at the top of my list, though. If you ever listened to them,
No, but I know they're coming here.
Are they? All right, okay. I mean, fabulous band. The new album is, I think it's one of their better ones. I think it's probably a top 5 Opeth album. I think they've done 14 or 15 albums now, and it's a good album. But the problem with it is, I still struggle a wee bit with the harsh vocals. There's some like Periphery I can cope with, Sleep Token I can cope with, but some bands I'm not quite so sure. And actually, in the Opeth album, the harsh vocals is a character, so it kind of makes sense. It's kind of works, but every now and again I think, would you just sing the bloody song? Rather than going blah, blah, blah. But I mean, I know it's really difficult to do and it's really talented, but I still slightly annoys me. Guys, you went hands
They're
down.
playing. They're actually playing the Opera House.
Are they? Brilliant.
I
mean, they're doing
next year.
They're doing so well, and it's brilliant. And I mean, I've been really flattered by the fact they've been commenting on my Facebook stuff, and that's been great. But
it's brilliant.
Oh, it's absolutely amazing, and it's kind of made me think about back in the day, back in the 80s and the 70s when we were all going to the Apollo. God, we would have died for that, wouldn't we? Because you just couldn't connect with the bands back then, And then nowadays it's like I've had. In the last 3 weeks, I've had connection. I've had a like from Sleep Token. I've had multiple comments from Opeth, and then there's also like unsigned bands and stuff that comment regular, and they're really great. I really appreciate Advocacy and Sanctity of Crows and Crows versus Ravens. They're brilliant. But it's like, it just made me think the other day about, because we used to. Somebody asked, I don't know who it was. Somebody asked me, "Did you ever go backstage at the Apollo?" And I did, but only 3 times, I think. To me, did you go back? You did.
No.
Did you? No. I think tonight we're going to play some Gillan again. But I met the Ian Gillan band in '83, I think it was, on the Magic Tour. I think that was '83. Kenny's in. He'll tell me if I'm wrong. I went back at MSG, and I went back at God, what was it? There was another one. Don't remember what it was. One of the small ones. I think it might have been Girl. No, it wasn't a girls' school. I remember that when Kelly was gorgeous. I can't remember. Anyway, but yeah, but now it's so amazing that you're so able to directly contact bands, and it's very rarely that they don't say hello. Oh, Dream Theatre was the other one that came back to me this week. Dream Theatre. I mean, fucking hell. And I hope I didn't read too much because I've been slagging them off so much. Well, James, because he can't sing.
I've been slagging off one guy.
James LeBray, yeah. And did you see Guns N' Roses have announced a tour?
No.
I don't know. Oh, they have in the UK. They're doing
Have they got a new record out?
No, of course they haven't. They're like Metallica. They had one good album in the 1980s and they're working it, But
oh, come on, Metallica had one in the 90s.
One good song in the 90s. Oh, no, actually, Metallica, not fair. The new album has got 3 or 4 really good. Well, that was it though. But the new Metallica album does have a couple of good tracks in it. It does have a couple of good tracks in it. But Guns N' Roses, nah. And he can't sing. And I don't know how they're going to think they can fill Wembley and stuff. Not a clue, because he can't sing. Everybody knows he can't sing. It's bizarre. I wish he could, because he was great. But they'd have been good at the Apollo, wouldn't they? Guns N' Roses.
That would have been nuts. Actually.
Right, well, we play some music.
Play some music.
Thanks for everybody joining in. I see there's a load of folk on tonight. See, it's much better tonight because I gave them warning, you see. See? My fault last week. Sorry.
You gave them warning. Right, okay.
Yeah. Don't tune in.
More if you said, please come and watch. No. By the way, we're on. So we're not going to talk.
Brian's saying he's off the gun tomorrow. Which bands do you think would win the Apollo crowd? Shit pub doesn't have to be. Well, Gun would have. There is no question. Gun. Well, we're slightly biased because we were at school with a drummer.
Super.
But Paul would have been brilliant at the. I mean, it's been nice because Paul's been doing a fair bit. He's been getting quite a lot of plaudits this last few. I don't know if you've seen it, but he's been getting quite a lot of plaudits about the quality of his drumming, and it's so cool because we used to see when he was 11, he was playing in our school hall, which is great.
All right.
Raymond saying
He was
AC/DC
on-
managed at Brian.
He was on Nationwide.
He was on Nation and Glenn Michael's Cavalcade. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Was
I
he
remember
on
him playing in
Nationwide?
the. He was,
Was he on
aye.
Nation- All right.
He was. I remember him playing with his uncle on the keyboard. Remember they were up in that stage. Young Musician of the Year. There was no point because he won it every year. It was just ridiculous. Even when he was 11, and I mean, you couldn't see him because he's about that size then. He's about that size now, but he was about that size then. But he was a wee guy, and his uncle was this big Hammond organ, and Paul was like, it was bloody good. Raymond, that's not fair. Brian could sing for a long, long time. In fact, he was a brilliant singer. You're wrong. Speak to you in the Zoom afterwards. Right. Now, tonight's music.
Live. You heard what Angus said.
Yeah. Well, that was recently, though. That was more recent. If you listen to the first tour, the first and second tour, Brian was brilliant. And okay, it's gone downhill since then. I understand. But, right, we're going to start with some pop music. Now, because there's a new version of Restream, we can't do the sort of seamless thing you're used to. You know, that professional move in between talking nonsense and music? I can't do that anymore. So I literally press the button and the music starts. Now, which one should I play, Andy? You know the tracks. There's the one with Aisle and there's one with Church. What do you reckon? No pressure.
I'll tumble.
I'll tumble. Right. So this is Culture Club from the Glasgow Apollo in 1983, and it's a fabulous recording.
It's not
try
bad,
to get these.
It's in
It's
stereo.
pretty good. It's in stereo. The only problem
But
is
it's not
it's not a
I don't
river.
think it's a
A river.
I don't think it's an official recording, but
No, I don't
it's
get it.
actually in stereo.
Yes. And Boy George is off key. But hey.
Who's never out of tune?
Well, me, because I never sing. Anyway, this is Culture Club. And what's it called? I'll Tumble for You. Oh.
For you.
This song is especially dedicated to you, and you. You should make it down. It's called Tumble. I feel baby, I feel cold. I only care for you, it's so natural. I tumble for you, 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 I tumble uptown, this town. It's like the station and the Jackson. The body happy bandit, see he can make it on the show. To be a part for you and you. I tumble for you, 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 I tumble. Crazy feeling, big faces in my head. It's not that you lose me, it's not that you say. Don't stay. What am I gonna say? I feel baby, I feel trouble. I run the gun for you, it's so natural. I tumble for you, I tumble for you, I tumble for you, I tumble for you. I tumble for you, I tumble for you, I tumble for you, I tumble downtown Newtown. We're in my head and the flowers. We got to do together. I'll be a baby, I'll be a struggle. I run the gun for you, it's so much more. I tumble for
That was really crap. What?
That wasn't.
It was rubbish.
That was.
Oh, dearie me. Oh, what's happening
It
there?
was-
Look at that. That's quite cool. Hang on. That's not what I meant. Oh,
That's weird.
hang on. This is
Who's
this
that
new
other bit?
bloody. No, that's
Who's
better.
the
No, it's
ghost?
still wrong. I thought that was really really. Oh my god, what's going on here? Oh my god, look at this, mate. Well, I'm failing here. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That was Culture Club from 1983. Bloody hell. And humble for you. Was it almost as bad as Whitesnake? One line. Guilty of love, I'm guilty of love, I'm guilty in the first degree, I'm guilty of love. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, don't you?
Yeah.
Dear. How did we recover from that? How did we win the audience back? Because nobody's commenting or anything because it was really bad.
They have commented.
I can't
They
see
have.
them. Have they? All right, okay. Hang on, I'll put the comments back on again.
Not good comments, but they have commented.
Yeah. That's a good one. Look at that. Like, I wish you... excellent. Hang on, I need to work out how to get the chats back on. That's funny. Hang on. Hang on. Why are the chats not appearing on the screen? I'll get that in a minute. Hold on. Maybe. Yeah, okay. Oh, the thing's just been weird again. Sorry. Hold on. Let me just see. All right. Look at this one. Agree. Crap. Great character. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely right. But that was really bad. 86, I bottled it. It's supposed to go to RSAND. What's that?
Royal
Society of... Anyway, music and drama. Music and drama. 16 years old. Learned
Drama.
tons since watching bands in Glasgow Circuit. Good for you, Brian. Bloody hell. Getting off the 26 bus from Milton to turn the corner at Rainfield Street to see the place was... Brian, brilliant. That's a lovely memory. I like that. Thank you very much. Nora's saying it wasn't great. No, it wasn't. It was rubbish, wasn't it? I mean, honestly, see pop music sometimes. Blech. Sometimes it's
He
great.
wasn't. It wasn't.
Huh?
Wasn't he?
Say again, mate. You're cutting out again.
Oh, am I? All right. He wasn't singing great in that.
It's just I think it's just a bad song, Andy. Just a bad song. I mean, they're just rubbish. Well, there was about 18 people wrote that. It's like Beyonce, 20 odd people write a song. She has one word.
Nah, not in those days.
Oh, you're probably right. I remember when they first came out, I was in the RAF at the time. This guy I was working with, seen them on telly, says, I would shag that. He didn't realise Boy George was a boy. We all laughed. Okay, Brian?
Well, first time I saw him, I was like...
I wasn't sure. I have to be honest. I remember that. No, I remember that. Let me just see if I can get the chat back on this. This is rubbish. I want the chat. Hang on. If I click that. No, that takes it off. Then what I want to do. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Oh, here we are. Got it back. That's better. That's how it should be. Thank you, machine.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, not great. But never let it be said that we don't feature rubbish.
Someone would like it.
Somebody would probably like it. Can't always be Rush we listen to, or Marillion. We've got to feature other acts. Despite what some people say, we don't actually play them all the time. Yeah. Anyway, that was Boy George. Should we just play the other Boy George one and get it out of the way?
Sure.
I think that's probably a good idea. Then we can actually talk about music rather than about how bad
Yeah,
Boy George is.
So Kenny, the band was called Culture Club. So if you just saw it on top of the pops and it went Culture Club, and you saw Karma Chameleon, you'd be like, Well, that's confusing.
Do you remember that song he did as a solo artist? It was a beautiful song. Do you remember the one with the black and white video? What was that called? Can you remember what that was called? See, although he was rubbish, he actually had a beautiful voice. You know, well, in the studio he had a beautiful voice, and there was what was that song? I can't remember, but it was a gorgeous song. So even though that was poor, yeah. So Andy chose it, by the way, wasn't it me? It's Andy.
Look, why you?
Because I always get the abuse. Because I've had months of abuse. Years of abuse. And
it's well deserved, though.
yes, I'm not arguing with that. Peter Gabriel, Sky. You know,
let's put on some Sky
words.
here.
Yeah, here's Sky. Oh dear, that was a bad mistake. Anyway, somebody actually said that they had the albums and thought they were great. They did.
Well,
they did.
Yes.
Right. We're going to get this over with. Right.
Okay.
Everyone I own, he was on heroin. Yeah, I know.
Everything.
Right. There's one more. Right,
that was a song.
Right. No. Was it? So this is the chance of the poison man. Right. I mean, this could be just as bad, but let's do it. Right. 1, 2, 3, go. Not a bad record.
This is your high. This is Phil Pickett. Ron and Steve. Archie Craig. Sean Mount. Helen Terry. Culture.
Good band. 15th of December, 1983. My God, it's our anniversary. All right, shut up. Yeah, Brian, I've been in the toilet as well. God. Right, hang on. Right.
It's good. The open mind is great for you.
Oh,
It's great.
Jesus. Well, that was better because there was live, there was
It's pop
horns,
music.
and there was a good backing singer. Very poor song,
Yeah.
but it was all right. You know, it
She
was
was-
well
she's-
done. Well done.
She's a great singer.
Great. Oh no, without a doubt. Yeah,
Forgot
you
her
could
name.
he's roaring out at the back. Absolutely fantastic. But oh, thank God that's all right. Welcome to Glasgow Apollo Live with me, Scott MacArthur, and him, Andy Muir. We're going to start again. Well, no, we're not. The thing is, right? We've got to play all sorts of music, and that was sold out. That gig, could hear it. It was loud. There was loads of people there, so there are memories embedded in people's head probably watching this that enjoyed that. So it wasn't a mass sort of thing, but was it noticing it started with some energy, then I got bored. Yeah, I mean, it's
Wow.
just classic pop music. It's just crap. You know, it's like there's no ambition in it. It's just boring. But
No.
the band were good.
No.
The band were good.
You're wrong. You're
Am
wrong.
I wrong? Am I? How am I wrong?
Yeah. Just you are.
Oh, well, fucking not. I'm right. It's crap. Anyway,
No, it's not crap.
well, for me, it's crap.
For you, that's right. For you, yeah. It's not quite your taste.
It's not proggy enough for me.
Yeah.
Or bluesy enough. Now, on the Facebook group, what's been happening?
Oh,
You seen
come
anything?
on, mate. The horns there.
Oh, I said the
The
horns.
horn.
I even said proper horns. I said that.
They were
Look,
bluesy. They were. I see it, mate. I
proper
see it. But
horns.
you just said it wasn't bluesy enough, but the horns were bluesy.
Nah, they were crap. I mean, no, that's not true. That's not true. The horns were good, but it's just a really lazy crap pop song,
No,
as they nearly always are.
it's not.
Ah, dearie me, God. It's like shooty ball. Now, on the socials, I'm not going to play the thing because it's annoying the way it finishes. It bugs me. Today, 4 hours ago, Martin Waldron. Hello, Martin, if you're watching.
Right.
Probably not. You're probably out doing something interesting rather than watching us. But he posted a ticket from Judas Priest, 1983. Excellent, wasn't at it. However, it reminded me that my first gig was Judas Priest, 1981. We still don't have a recording of that. Could somebody please find a recording of that? Could you just go up in your loft right now, get the recording, which is obviously going to be really good recording, send it to the rescued recording guys so I can hear my first gig, please? Could you do that? Just do it. Anyway, that was my rant about Facebook for this week. I can't believe the one gig that I want is the one we don't have.
Well, you can't always get what you want.
Just because your first gig came out as a bloody album or a single and was world dominant, mate. You know,
well,
my
it's
one,
actually the first gig I was at came out as a
yeah, I know.
pretty good bootleg, and
Mm.
and the AC/DC gig that I went to was a pretty good bootleg.
It was. Gordon
And
Clark
the
said, I was watching some cheesy Christmas film, and there was a line that really made me think, what song changed your life? And he said it was Freebird. What song changed your life, mate? Go on, name one song. Gordon Clark's asking the question. He said a really good response to it, actually. He said 700 views since 6 hours ago. What do you reckon? What song changed your life, folks? Boots, if you're out there, don't answer. But everyone else, what song changed your life? I think I've got a couple. Come on, mate.
Oh, you're right.
I'm asking the question. I'm going to sit here and people.
Probably like Whole Lotta Rosie when I heard
Yeah, good.
I heard
Kenny Brown saying, while you're in the loft,
If
can
You
you
Want
please
Blood.
get a copy of Elton in '79 when the Paul was Mac? Really? We've not got that one either. God, I actually like to hear that myself, to be honest. I got to see Priest in 2013. I so wish it was at the Apollo. Well, you know, Judas Priest are one of these bands that have you heard them doing you know the Johnny Mitchell, Joan Baez song, you know, the version of the Bob Dylan song, Diamonds and Rust. Is it Diamonds and Rust? Yeah, Diamonds and Rust. Oh, what a job they do of that song. Have you heard that, Andy?
Have I heard Diamonds and Rust?
By Judas Priest, their version
Yes.
of the
Yes. Yes.
Oh, it's so good.
Damn it!
Yeah, what a singer. But there's a version of it that's just all
No,
acoustic.
it's
You know the
wrong.
one
I'm
that
thinking. Sorry, actually, I was thinking of AC/DC there.
wrong band.
Diamonds.
And Rust. But anyway, the Joan Baez version of the song about Bob Dylan, because you know how Joan Baez and Bob Dylan had a thing, and then when they split up, she was obviously heartbroken, and she wrote that song, and it's a lovely song, and it's gorgeous. It's a really brilliant song. And Priest did a version of it on, I think it's on Unleashed in the East, you know, the album they did in '80. And I saw them in '81. And I remember hearing that song. But the best version, I think it was on one of these American chat shows, you know, these crappy American chat shows that they quite often have bands on. And they did an acoustic version. I think it was in 2012 or something. It wasn't that long ago,
Wow.
10 years ago. And Rob's voice, what a voice he's got. You know, what a singer. And it's a completely acoustic version. Oh, it's just magic.
All right.
Magic.
Good song. Heroes.
Oh, it's a lovely song. Heroes by Bowie. I was 7, didn't have a clue at the time how it would reach my soul. Brian, can't really, that's a great example. Queen, Death in Two Legs. Yeah, another good one.
Actually, I remember listening to David Bowie when I was a kid on the radio, and it must have been what's the one? This is Ground Control to Me.
Yeah, great song.
And I remember watching that, listening to that, going, "Wow, this is excellent." Yeah.
I think this is quite weird because it's like it was probably Crazy Horses by the Osmonds for me.
That wasn't me. It was Jimmy Shand.
No, it was Crazy. It was because I remember when I was 9, and I remember Mum and Dad getting me a copy of It's a Long Time Along Here, Lover from Liverpool, and I'll do. I remember getting that for my Christmas, and obviously it's crap. But then I remember listening to them probably on Jim will Fix It or something like that, and Crazy Horses like what you know, and then Kenny Harvey gave me a copy of Axe Attack and said, listen to this. And in the playground. Remember that old school? Remember the old school, not the new one, the old one we used to go to?
Yeah. Well, the new one's gone.
I know it's changed as well. And Axe Attack's
Got a new one.
And I remember going home that night and I had my grandfather's, what do they call them? A dance set, what do they call them? You know, dance set. I remember put it on and it was Ted Nugent, Cat Scratch Fever. And then it was AC/DC, who very rarely were ever on compilation albums, but Highway to Hell was on it. And then Paranoid and Girls' School, and you know, I was like, what's this? And I think that was it. I think that was when I got into music really, because it was about and then within 6 months I went to see, you know, Priest at the Apollo, you know, and it was because I was, Mum and Dad, as we've talked about before, my parents have got the most shit taste in music in the history of music. And so I was having to put up with, you know, Vegas Elvis and Cliff Richards, you know, God, can you imagine? It was horrendous. It was actually child abuse. I was phoning Esther, but she wasn't there, you know, she wasn't answering the phone. But anyway, Axe Attack saved me. But it was Crazy Horses, I think, for me. What's everyone else saying?
Right.
I saw John Baez in the Royal Concert Hall in Glasgow a few years ago. Oh, she's
nice.
amazing. What are you saying?
I was just saying, that's good. Anything off Made in Japan by Deep Purple, says Kenny Brown. And Scott says Diamonds and Rust is brilliant. The KK version is slower than the Young Faulkner, and Cole double timed it. Oh, okay. Right.
I don't know what that is. I know who KK is, but I don't know who the Young Faulkner is. Who's that, Brian? What are you talking about?
Faulkner's the guy in replaced KK Downing.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. I still love them, you know. They're great. I mean, they got too noisy for me. They're a bit like Saxon, you know. They both kind of went wall of sound, heavy metal, really loud, and fucking hell, it was too much for me. Sorry, LinkedIn. Sorry. But it got too much for me. I know who KK Down. I know KK, but no, it was the Faulkner one I didn't get. The Priest intro to Out in the Cold is fat. Oh, right, okay, Brian, I'll listen to that. I love them, man. They're brilliant. Did you ever see that movie about the, you know, inverted commas, about when the singer, when the guy came in and took over from Rob? You see that movie?
Yeah.
Great movie. Brilliant movie. And a
movie.
great singer. And I loved some of the music they did with him. They were brilliant. That Burn in Hell song. What a song. Bloody hell. Fantastic song. Anyway. Will we play some more music?
Play some more music.
Can I play some more? Now, should we go for the blues or go for the rock? What do you reckon, mate? Will we mix them up? Maybe one of each and then finish on the blues, maybe? Or what do you think?
Definitely finish on the blues.
Finish in the blues, right. About 3 weeks ago, we played some of the gig from Ian Gillan. I think it was the Magic Tour, the gig that I was at. I think Andy was it. Were you at that gig? The Magic Tour gig? With the girls with the accidentally forgotten to put their bras on? No?
Nope.
And it was an audience recording, and it was a bit crap, and it really didn't capture the band as well as it could have. But Andy and I were having a fiddle, and we found these river recordings, and one of them is the Gillan band. So let's have a bit of Gillan. Let me just have a wee look. I'll choose which one I fancy right now. Right now, just Andy, you've excelled yourself here, mate. Brilliant, both of them. Right, we'll start. I'd like to leave the second track from Gillan to later on, because it's one of my favourite tracks of all time. Let's play the Elvis thing. This is Trouble by Gillan, and I remember this. It was such a good gig. 1982, probably only my 5th, 6th gig, and I idolised this guy like you would not believe. And this is him on the Apollo stage, Gain It Loudy. This is Gillan, and this is Trouble.
Well, man. All right. If you're looking for trouble, came to the right place. If you're looking for trouble, look right in my face. I was born standing up and talking back. Daddy was the green-eyed man from Jenkins and Sheffield. My middle name is Misery. Oh yeah, I said I'm evil, Bill. So don't you mess around with me. I don't look for trouble, but I never ran. I don't take no orders from no kind of man. I'm only made out of flesh, blood, and bone. You wanna start a rumble, don't you try it all alone. I said I'm evil, baby. So don't you mess around with me.
trouble? Right on my face. I was banging up. Talking back. But everyone that came around to check it on me. My middle name is Peter. Oh, yeah. That's Sonny Bell, baby. So don't you mess around with me.
Yeehaw! Love it. Brilliant.
We got this is a song all about primitive emotions and how they might play a part in your life.
Brilliant old blues track from 1958 by Lieber and Stoller. Obviously Elvis then nicked it because his manager was a thief. Absolutely fucking love that song. It's only about 2 minutes long, 3 minutes, is it? How long was that? 3 minutes?
Yeah, 3 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember Elvis. Did you ever listen to the early Elvis recording? You must have done, mate. You know, the Elvis before Elvis got taken into the chess recordings, and when he was actually singing as a blues act. Oh, he was brilliant, Elvis. I would have loved to have seen Elvis at the Apollo. Can you imagine Elvis at the Apollo? Friggin' heck, that'd been amazing. But anyway, Gillan does a cracking version of that. I think that's great. I love it. I absolutely love it to bits. I'm not so keen on the Danzig version. I don't know if you've heard that. If you haven't heard it, folk, listen to it because it's quite funny. Joe's saying Trouble, perfect for a rock verse. You're right, Joe. I mean, it really works as a rock song, but it also worked as a 1950s, blues song. Yeah,
That's a blues song. Yeah.
Great blues song.
Yeah.
Brian's saying took me ages to listen to Deep Purple. Gillan's voice is not of this world. Chilton Time's just top 3 or 4 for me, mate. Chilton Time, absolutely love it. Listen to it regularly. I mean, that and Lazy are my 2 favourite Deep Purple songs, and I just think they're just extraordinary. Brian Wilson saying, I remember seeing Gillan with Deep Purple in the early 70s and then the 85 at Nebworth. You were at Nebworth, weren't you? I didn't make it.
I was at that.
I couldn't afford it. I was skint. Cheryl, hi guys. Awfully late to the party. You're really lucky, Cheryl. You've missed Culture Club. Apologies from John and me. Bon. Is Bon with you? Hello, Bon, if you're there. How you doing? And we're just listening to Trouble by the old Lieber and Stoller song from 1958 that Elvis made famous, and then Gillan just had a really good version of it. I think that's brilliant. The comeback tour, Elvis, you're talking about, I believe. Yes, Brian, I am. And I mean, that night when Elvis came back, the one with the leather suit on, the black leather suit. What a guy. What a guy. God, I loved him. And then he went to hell. He just terrible. Kenny's saying, oh, bloody hell, long one here. Saw the Magic Tour in Aberdeen. I saw the Purple Tour 3 years later in Aberdeen, mate. Watched it from the gantry at the side of the stage. This is a typical Kenny Brown story, right? Kenny, you are so annoying. Love you, man.
Wow.
Afterwards, Ian was nowhere to be seen as he left immediately after the gig. Really, did he? Gone with the days of meeting the fans in the stalls. That's when I met him. I've got his autograph because I met him at the Apollo on the Magic Tour. It later transpired that the band was over and the gig was contractual to promote the album. Really? Ian's version was that he had throat problems, but John McCoy has another version of the story, prompting him to write the song Because You Lied. Really? Oh, that's a shame. John McCoy was great, wasn't he? He was really good. In fact, the whole band was good. Purple's latest album is really... Do you know what, Dave? Over on YouTube, you're absolutely right. I couldn't believe it. I mean, Gillan's voice has gone live, but on record, he can still manage it. And I totally... Have you heard the latest Purple album, mate? Have you heard it?
I've heard the single.
It's really good.
The first single.
It's really, really good. And the lad, Kenny, or maybe you, will tell us the name of the guitarist again. He's a dude. I'd never heard of him, but my goodness, he's a dude. What's his name again?
Good.
What's his name, Kenny? Bon saying, "Yep, I'm here. Hi, Bon. How you doing? You've missed Culture Club, mate. Well done." Anyway, we sip of this. This is this jammy roux wine I'm having here. It's really nice. How many times did you see Gillan, mate?
Me once.
Yeah. At
With Deep
Nebworth.
Purple at Nebworth.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a recording of that show? There must be.
Yeah. I think it's a video.
Is there? Ah, right. Okay.
I think
That
so. I think, well, it'd be him and it'd be like Richie Blackmore wearing the wellies. He was.
Was he really?
Yeah.
I remember.
It was raining. It rained all day, just about.
Yeah, I remember the weather being bad. That album, Perfect Strangers. I remember when it came out, and everybody was a bit dubious about, Purple. Is it Mark II? Mark coming back.
Is it Simon McBride? Is that his name?
Is that his name? He's a dude. I was really impressed when I saw him. Obviously, Morrissey, the one that took over from Blackmore's, an incredible guitar player. The young lad, he's not that young, but he's quite incredible. The album of Networth is called In the Abyss of Pink. Really? Right, there you go. I need to listen to that because
Did Ian Gillan make that title up?
Possibly, because he can't write to save himself. Simon McBride is the new guitarist. Yeah, right, okay. I know I've said that. I mean, Gillan's writing skills. Shit. God, he can't write a song. But
well,
you can't. I mean, there's hard. I mean, okay, the early Gillan band albums, first two are great, but there were really early Ian Gillan ones that, like Mr. Universe, shite, man. They're terrible albums. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Could be wrong. Such a sad end. Love Gillan to this day. The latest Purple album is great. Simon has breathed new life into the band. They've just let him get on with it. I think that's right, Kenny. And I've seen pictures and it looks amazing. It was released about 1984 on CD. Nebworth. Yeah, he said that during this is Kenny, that during a monologue during the gig. Really, did he? Well, I think it's kind of great they're still going. It's like guys in their 80s doing rock. Then again, the new John Anderson album's brilliant, from Yes. So, hey, good for these guys. Anyway, right, well, we have some blues, mate. What do you reckon?
Have some blues. Let's have some blues.
Mr. Muir has very good taste because he chose these brilliant tracks.
You just flagged me off for choosing Culture
That's because you chose Culture Club. Well, actually, I think I suggested you choose them as well, Dennis. It's my fault. But... right, this is brilliant. This is
and the reason why I chose those songs was because I didn't want to choose songs that were good. They were good, but I didn't want to choose like the big hit singles.
Well, I think you achieved that.
Thanks. I achieved my goal. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you did it, man. You did it. You totally achieved it. Now, this is a Stratocaster on this track, which it's a bit like listening to I don't know. There's very few guitarists that actually did something with an instrument that no one else did, and I think this guy, obviously Rory Gallager, right? The Stratocaster, the 1961 Stratocaster. I mean, it is ridiculous how he played this. Now, I've said this before, I still struggle with his voice. You're not so bad with it, are you? But
no,
I still struggle with his voice. But I don't think Jimi Hendrix did it a bit. Jeff Beck definitely did it. They made this noise that just is so different. And whilst there are now millions of guitarists as good as Rory Gallagher, probably millions of them better than Rory Gallagher, they making that noise with that guitar. I listened to, there was an interview with Neil Peart and Geddy and Alex from Rush talking about who's your favorite guitarist, and it was Rory Gallagher, and Hendrix said the same thing. And this is brilliant. This is a great song. Andy chose this is brilliant, not me. This is What in the World from 1982. Rory Gallagher at the Glasgow Apollo. This is just magic.
know your little world will ever be the same again.
I am Jesus. It's like how do you describe that? It's like Van Gogh, you know. It's like it's just extraordinary how he made that guitar sing. Love it. And you know, I didn't really get him until about 10 years ago. I even remember, Andy, you remember the gigs at the Apollo? Do you remember them?
Gallagher gigs? No.
Yeah.
No idea. No.
I mean, I remember listening to them on the probably Tom Russell or whatever it was. I don't remember where it was, but I remember listening to them. And Nora asked the question there, what was the problem with your voice? I didn't quite get it. I get it now. I don't mind his voice now, but he's not a great singer, but it kind of works. But my God, what a guitar player. You know, it's like, how did he do that? It's like listen to, you know, when you hear Jeff Beck and you think, how the hell, you know, and very few guitarists, I mean, well, then, not now. There's brilliant, millions of them now do weird things with guitars, but back then, they were learning how to play the guitar, and Beck and Gallagher and Gibbons and Angus Young and Richie Blackmore, Jimi Hendrix. You know, there's loads of them. Frank Zappa. They were able to make these noises that had never been heard before with a guitar, and Rory just did it. Man, he was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. What are folks saying? Is that Dave? Sorry, I can't really read your name, Dave. The writing is really bad. Dave, yeah, Dave W. Sorry. Brian May said that Rory Gallagher was his hero. I'm not surprised. He asked him how he got his sound, and he said it was simple: Stratocaster run through a range master, treble booster to the amp. Brilliant. I mean, it is that simple, and it's a bit like what Hendrix did. You know, a very simple setup, but they just were able to make that noise. I mean, I don't know what you think, Andy, but I think when a guitarist makes a noise that's that, you know, Angus Young plays one chord, you know it's Angus. You know, Brian May hits one note, you know it's Brian May, and that crappy guitar he's got. You know, and Jimi Hendrix, Rory Gallagher, these guys had a way of producing a sound that was just, oh man. I Need You Tonight by ZZ Top should have Rory. Yeah, Brian, that's not a bad idea, man. That was a great song. Great song. I Need You Tonight's a great song. Hang on, just need to take this thing off. Oh, God, I enjoyed that. It's funny, isn't it? Because some nights we do this show and I kind of go, it was all right. I like that song. But every time we do Rory Gallagher, it's like, really?
Yeah.
You know?
And he's good. He's great.
My friend is
Can
very
you
good
say?
at understatement.
What
He's
can you
good.
say? He's good.
He's all right.
He's great.
But
He's
it's like
great.
it's like I don't know, guys. What you think? But tell us what you think. But I remember listening to a recording of Sammy Hagar at the Apollo, right? And our
Oh
mate
yeah.
Kenny Harvey went to it, and I'd never heard it. I'd never even heard the Montrose. I had no idea who the guy was. I remember listening to it, and it was like, oh, you know. And it was like when he did the Zeppelin songs at the end of that set, and I was like, who is this guy? You know. And it's the same with Rory Gallager. It was like, how did I miss him? You know, how did I miss this guy? And of course, I didn't subsequently. But it's so cool when you hear something like that and you go, yeah, fantastic.
Mhm.
There's not a bad word being said. That's not a surprise. Right.
Well, Brian says trouble with the blues. Everyone keeps looking for the next cue. Blues
Yeah.
songs fade out on a 45. You're quite right. They don't.
You're right. No, you're right. But it's like, you know, when you listen to it, you know that old Pete Green song, you know, the the State Army and that what's it called? Legs, you know, what's it called, mate? Can't remember what it's called. I remember seeing go to see the Eagles, which is probably the worst gig I've ever been at in my life. Right. Honestly. Terrible. Pub band in a stadium doesn't work. Shite. But Kenny Wayne Shepherd was supporting them. What's that song called? What's it called?
Oh my. Oh
Is it?
well. Kenny.
Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, that song.
Thanks, Kenny. Thank you,
And
Kenny.
Kenny Wayne, yeah. Oh well. Kenny Wayne Shepherd come on, and obviously an incredible blues guy, good voice, and all the rest of it.
Thanks,
And
Brian.
he came on, and there was a ramp that the Eagles never use because they're like asleep through the gig, you know, pretending they're playing shite. Anyway, but Kenny Wayne Shepherd came out, 80,000 people there, and out came Kenny Wayne Shepherd, and he played oh well. Bloody hell. You know, these blue, like, I don't even think that song's 2 minutes long, is it? Oh well, it's an old Fleetwood Mac, Pete Green song. And when you hear these guys doing these songs, you go, oh, Jesus, you know, and I still to this day think blues is and now there's an awful lot of women in blues now, you know, like Chantel McGregor and all these people. And it's gone up a level for me because a lot of these girls are singing like Janis Joplin and playing guitar like fucking John Amasa. It's like, what? You know, and
Bo
it's like Joe Bonamassa. I've had 2 glasses of my Rue stuff, mate. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine,
But
man. What are you apologising for?
no, I'm not. But it's like, you know, you hear Beth
Don't
Hart singing blues, and you're like, what? And of course, we never had that in the 80s and the 90s and the rock. Well, there was Janis Joplin, but there really wasn't much else. Maybe Stone the Crows, but
Maggie
there wasn't
Bell.
that much. Yeah, exactly. But it was like there's now hundreds of them, and they're all brilliant, and it's so cool to hear it. And I love the fact that the blues has still got. I mean, it's not huge, but it's still got a. I mean, I went to see Joanne Shaw in Oxford last year, and she's lovely. She came on. I actually happened to know her cousin, so I got to meet her. Just pure fluke, no, just a person I worked with. And I got to meet her beforehand, and there's a wee bar next door, and I got to meet her. Lovely lassie. She came in, and I was like, "How you doing? You know, how can you sing like that and play guitar?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm just lucky, you know." And she blasted it. It was brilliant. Anyway, so yeah, maybe I should do a blues show rather than a prog show. Do both. Anyway, but magic, mate, magic. It's 20 to 11.
Yes, mate. Come on.
Come on. Right. Final Gillan track.
Quick. Jeez, we've got that, and we've got another Rory.
I know there's 2. I know, and they're both brilliant. So it's this is impossible, but Andy's fault. He sent me 6 tracks, but they're brilliant. Well, apart from the Culture Club tracks. This is an absolute banger. Again, you know, I mean, we could literally just talk about one of these songs all night. Never mind having them all on the show. So Trouble was great. I loved Trouble. But this track, No Laughing in Heaven, I've said this before on the show. I was very, 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 very lucky to see Gillan doing a secret gig called Garth Rock and the Moonshiners. And he, at the venue in Edinburgh, Andy forgets, but we went to see Thunder there, didn't we, mate?
I don't remember that.
We did. I even bought a badge. Anyway, and we did. And it was that Irish crowd supporting them who were really good. No Sweat. Remember No Sweat?
Yeah.
Good band. Good band.
I've seen them.
Really, you have? And Thunder at the venue. Anyway. And well, if it wasn't you, I've no idea who it was. I mean, anyway.
Actually, I saw No Sweat up in Aberdeen.
Great band. Absolutely brilliant. Never made it, should have made it. Brilliant band. Anyway, this is Gillan, and what I love about this back then. Well, what do you like about it, Andy? This song. Do you like this song?
I do like this song.
Why do you like it?
Well, I just like the song, and he's singing great. And
He's
it's good.
Sorry?
And the lyrics are pretty funny.
They are funny.
Yeah.
I love the fact that the moment when he discovers that heaven's shit, right? The scream, wow! Obviously, I can't do it. The emotion that he put into that scream back then when he used to do this song is just brilliant. So this is a fabulous version from 1982, of Gillan, the Gillan Band, but Ian Gillan, and No Laughing in Heaven. This is just a banger. I mean, if there's ever to be a song called a banger, this is a banger. Although we've got Rory Gallager, Nothing But the Devil next, so this is a banger. But there's another one coming in a minute. But this is No Laughing in Heaven. We were there. At least I was there, and Jesus.
Used to be a sinner, used to have my cake and eat it. They warned me of my fate, but I was quite prepared to meet it. You'll go to hell, they smiled at me and told me of the roaring fires, but I was happy living wild and fueling my own desires. I was a wild man, drinking, smoking, and messing around with women. Lots of women. No, not swimming. Women! For my soul, I prayed in church, threw away my bad habits, prayed out of church, adopted an entirely different role. I gave money to the poor until I was poor, but at least I ensured that I would go up there instead of down below to the inferno, where the evil flames of desire burn higher and higher and higher and higher. Who checked my card and let me through. I smiled, threw my hands in the air and laughed, and got arrested. They said, hey man, you're in the wrong place. Your behavior is a disgrace. Here we pray every hour on the hour, read extracts in the Bible and look solemn. What says I? No party, no party. Let me out. Let me out of heaven. I got it right now, I can't stay here. No. Let me out, I just can't stay here, no, no.
good, the good of your soul. But that's no good to me. If you want to go to hell, you really gotta be bad. Okay, I'll be bad. Too late. What do you mean, too late? Too late. Thank you.
Bloody brilliant was that. Jeez, oh. I think this show's going to go on a bit longer than normal, mate.
Who's this? Brian is saying, right, you fuckers. I'm blowing my Crimble budget on Deep Purple and Gillan tomorrow. What a gig that must have been. Yes. I think that is available to buy you on the eBays. I think.
What a bloody
certainly song. You can listen to it. The whole thing's on eBay.
I love the way he did that sort of rap. I mean, he was a very early, he did a lot of that chanting, talking stuff.
Yeah,
and I love the
way he went from talking and then screaming, talking and screaming. Yeah. I think that's why he went shit at the end there.
Yeah. Jesus, now, Andy, I've got a version of Mutual Assured Destruction here. Is that a new version? Is that a good version, or is that the one we had before? Did you send me?
It's a newer version. It's a newer version.
Right. So we're having a longer show tonight because I'm playing it. Bugger it. I'm going to play it because I'm in the vibe here. So, but so I remember Gillan. This is why I fell in love with Gillan. He was just such a good singer. I mean, until Dio came along, there was nobody could come close to him. If anyone's interested, Kenny's saying the Gillan albums have been put into a box set. No, I'm not interested. They're shite, mate. I really don't like them. Speed King got me kicked out of a pub for trying to play it. I can get that. But the Gillan albums are just terrible. I mean, not up to Magic. The Gillan band albums were all right. I mean, No Easy Way is a great album, but the early Gillan albums are not good. Well, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me if you like. Maybe I'm wrong. But the next track, and I'm going to go for a wee as well and get a glass of wine. This is Mutual Assured Destruction. Now, this is a track that we played a couple of weeks ago on a rubbish recording, and it doesn't deserve it. That's such a good song. Do you like this song, mate?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a great song.
Good song. It's a great song. Right, hang on. I'm just going to... I don't know what I'm doing here. What am I doing? I do know what I'm doing. Mr. Universe. Rubbish. Honestly, Kenny, I don't get it. I think those albums are really weak. He's not a good songwriter. He was a guy who needed to be with Richie or John McCoy or whatever. I just think he couldn't do it. But hey, who cares? One of the greatest voices of all time. This is Mutual Assured Destruction. This is a cracking song. Who wrote this? Was it Gillan that wrote this? I think it was, wasn't it? With the band. So he could write a great song, 1 in 50 or something. But just my opinion. Especially when I slag off, Bad Company. Folks saying love Bad Company. Yeah, the lyrics were shit, but Gillan was the same. He wasn't a great, but anyway, occasionally comes up with a great song, and this is an absolute banger. Hope you like this, folks. 1982. Here we go. Bang.
Yep.
I see a blind man on a hill. From where I stand, I see a teacher in the valley. From where I stand,
I see a blind man on a hill, and he is standing very still. The way it's planned, they'll only let the fools survive. The way it's planned, you would not want to stay alive. Just one big bang is already leaving you to think about. Whoa. From where I stand, I know just what they're planning. I know they're planning one big bang, and they call it mutually assured destruction. From where I stand, you see the mushrooms in the sky. From where I stand, you watch the bleeding children cry, and they will die, and you who have no wings will fly. From where I stand, I know just what they're planning. I know they're planning one big bang. Oh, whoa. From where I stand, I know just what they're planning. They're planning one big bang, and they call it mutually assured destruction. From where I stand, I see a blind man on a hill, and he is standing very still. Thank you.
Absolute superb from the Gillan. I remember that gig, like, God, Ian Gillan on vocals, Yannick Gers, who obviously went on to join the Maiden, Colin Towns, who I met after the gig, John McCoy on bass, and Mike Underwood, who also met after the gig on drums. Wow. It's just brilliant. Brian saying, "Fuck me, I played When a Blind Man Cries, and now the penny has dropped." Well, there were certain songs that he did working off muses, and I'm not sure if he wrote any lyrics, but my God, he can sing.
Yeah.
What did you say there, mate? So I never heard you. Sorry, I was wittering.
No, I was just going to say, yeah. Good song. Good song. Brilliant song.
Oh, it's a great song. Great song. Again, back to that gig in the venue in Edinburgh when he did that. It was like everybody was greeting because he had such a, back then. I mean, he's still cool, but he's an old guy now. But he was so charismatic, and he was in that I don't know, he was like one of these Michael Bentine characters, you know, covered in hair and the microphone. And he used to hold his wrists like that, you know, and he would have his. And then that voice, God. I mean, has there been a better voice than that? I don't think there's been a better voice than Ian Gillan. There's been voices as good as Ian Gillan. Has there been a better voice? I mean, Danny Bowes, maybe.
I think Danny Bowes would say no, Ian Gillan.
I think Danny Bowes would say no, but we all know Danny Bowes underrates himself. But you know, Paul Rogers didn't have that power.
No,
Different voice. No, you're right. A great singer, but he didn't have that power. John Fogerty didn't have that power. Amazing, absolutely amazing voice. What a Dio, yeah, probably as good if not better, but pretty close. Robert Plant didn't have the range. It's amazing. I mean, it's all subjective anyway. It's just nonsense, but bloody hell.
Yeah.
Right. I'm getting some abuse for saying I didn't like the Gillan albums, but they're crap. His voice just suits the style of music. Class, yeah, absolutely. But the thing is, when you hear him singing "Jesus Christ Superstar," or you hear him singing, you know, with an opera behind, an orchestra behind him, or you hear him, it's like what?
Yeah, I just listened to Gethsemane a couple of weeks ago, and I sent it to one of my mates who's in a Deep Purple tribute show. He's a singer.
Oh shit!
And, no, he's a great singer. He's an amazing singer.
He must be if he's in a Deep Purple tribute act. Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Just like, I'm like, whoa, how could you even sing that? Anyway, but we were having a big discussion about it. We're like, it's just so good.
Yeah. I mean, that if you've not heard that version of the Jesus Christ Superstar, if you go into the YouTubes and you look for it, you know, Gillan
look for a
singing
black and white version.
Black and white,
Black and white. Ian Gillan singing. It's amazing.
One take. It's like Jesus. Amazing. A classic Purple song. I used to listen to T-Rex Sweet Slade when I was a kid. Then someone said, listen to this, and gave me Made in Japan. My life changed in an hour, Kenny. Well, I asked earlier, you know, what songs change your life? And I mean, I think for me, a lot was probably, you know, the Osmonds, and then probably Highway to Hell, maybe. I don't know. But I think it was Lazy for me that got me. I think Lazy was the song, the Deep Purple song. When I heard that, I was like, because it was but no, there's so many of us that are into rock music. Were massively influenced by that band. Fantastic. What's this? Dio, I'm ashamed that the ex-player played me Holy Diver. I'm in retrograde with music. Look, Brian, get Dio on first 3 or 4 albums and the Sabbath albums. I mean, you're talking...
And the Rainbow albums.
And the Rainbow... and the Elf albums, actually, as well. Yeah. Dio... Oh, well, we're going to have more Dio. You can't have enough Dio on this show or any other show, I reckon. It's interesting because you listen to some of these reactor videos, and there's one of them doing really well called the Charismatic Voice, and she's an opera singer, and she'd never heard of Dio, and somebody asked her to listen to Dio, and she was like, okay. She put it on and she went, oh my God. You know, she's a complete Dio fanatic now. This is like 3 years later, and she can't get how he did it. She cannot get it, and she's a world class. I mean, she's literally a world class singer.
I think she might have done the Gethsemane one as well.
Did she really? It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me.
I've watched one woman.
She's incredible. I mean, I couldn't believe how good she was. I mean, she is literally a world. I mean, she had a problem with her voice, so she had to stop. But world class opera singer, went all over the world as the number one, you know, opera singer, one of the top ones in the world, and she's now like this massive rock fan, which is really interesting. She likes harsh vocals as well. She's actually funding research into how harsh vocals are possible, which is really interesting. But that's another subject for another show probably. But Brian's saying any views on an Apollo greatest hits. Well, do you know what? That's really interesting you say that tonight, Brian, because our dear friend, and because of mainly my fault with being too busy, our dear friend John McCalman, who died 2 or 3 weeks ago. It was really funny because Andy and I wrote to John. John, for information, was the boss, one of the bosses at Radio Clyde, and was one of the guys responsible for the recordings from the Apollo that were done by the Clyde system, which was actually the Rolling Stones mobile. They bought it off of the Rolling Stones and they became the radio. I only know that because Tom Russell told me and Andy that a few weeks ago. And John said, nah, right? Because we suggested, why don't we have a rock album, a pop album, punk album, do our greatest hits? And I've got a letter from John, and it was really weird because he became quite a dear friend, but he rejected us, said no. So Andy and I have always wanted to do a greatest hits. But it's so complex with the different bands and the different management and all the egos and all that shite. It's not going to happen, mate. Well, we're not going to make it happen. We could pressure people, I guess, but nah, it's not going to happen. Sorry, guys. Year gone by, I would be out, but you guys have made this great. Oh, thank you. That's nice.
Thanks,
Well, do
man.
you know, that's really lovely, and it's one of these things that we've had even Boot. Now, Brian, you won't know who Boots is. Boots is our little nasty punk who's actually a lovely fella. Even him, he wrote me a letter that made me cry. I was like, fucking hell. He's a wee shite, but he's actually really nice.
I
Wee
hate
shite.
you. He said, I hate you.
I hate you, but thanks for saving my life. Yeah, yeah, you know. Anyway, right. So after this next track, we're going to be disappearing. We normally have a after show Zoom call where we just have a chat, talk nonsense. We are going to have it tonight, but I'm knackered because I've got a big day tomorrow, so I might not want too long. But
that's my cue for. That's my cue.
Oh, he's going to put the link on. He's going to put the link on. Yeah, but we're going to finish with. I think this is the third time we've played this track, but
is it? I don't think
so.
I've ever.
No, I think so. Yeah, nope. Anyway,
Okay.
we are not known for being wonderful archivists, so we don't know what day of the week it is. Never mind what we've played before. But anyway, this must be 200 odd shows we've done, probably plus. But thanks, Raymond. Great show, guys. Working in the morning, so we'll have to catch up. The Zoomers not have time. That's fine. But I'd like to dedicate. Sorry, not I. We would like to dedicate this next song to John McCalman. What a lovely man, and it's so sad that he died. I kind of get why he died so young. His relatives have been in touch, Andy. I don't know if you saw it, apologising for not letting us know about the funeral, which is lovely of him to do that. Don't need to apologise, folks. We knew John loved what we did, and he was a dear friend of ours. And I'm dead lucky that day. Mad James, and I met him and had a long chat. And John could talk. Mainly about food on aircraft, but he was a lovely man, and as Tom Russell said, I don't know if you've seen. Did you see I posted that, Andy?
I did see it.
It was nice, wasn't it? So anyway, this goes out to John and his family. It's a great track. It's a classic Rory Gallagher track, and although John's taste in music was crap, he liked Rory Gallagher. Didn't we all? Anyway, this is Rory. John, this is for you, mate. I don't know what to say. This is a track that, well, I don't know what to say. What do I say?
Wait.
This is Rory Gallagher, and this is Nothing But the Devil.
yourself, little girl. You do your dirty bad. You're worse than a woman that a good man ever had. That ain't nothing but the devil. Make it treat me where you go. I bring out like a measles. Gonna be all out of you.
Rory Gallager from
Enjoy some
1982.
next performance written by the addiction you might like to call One in the World.
I mean, there's a couple of comments said about blues and how it kind of does all sound the same. Yep, it does, but they don't all sound like Rory Gallager. What do you think, mate?
Correct. No.
They just don't, do they? I mean, it's like, whoa.
No.
I mean, I love John Bonamassa. I think he's absolutely brilliant. Doesn't sound like Rory Gallager. I mean, he's a great guitar player, but doesn't sound like Rory
He's
Gallager.
great.
You know, and
I used to not like Joe Bonamassa.
Oh,
I actively chose not to like him.
oh, really? Oh dear.
I said, I do not like you.
Yeah. He's annoying.
He's won me over.
Yeah, he's a great guitarist, and he sounds like Paul Rodgers. It's really annoying. He's got like a great
Well,
voice
you
as well.
say that. You say that.
He does, mate. He does, you know, and it's like, oh, bastard, you know. But Joanne Shaw Taylor's like that. I mean, she's like this lovely creature who plays great blues, and she sounds like you know, a classic rock and roll singer. It's like, oh, what? You know, amazing. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that tonight. Joe Wright, thank you. Joe's saying, wow, Rory Gallager was an amazing, phenomenal guitarist. Yeah, Joe. Yeah. I really enjoyed chatting to you this week, Joe. And I'm grateful for you tuning into this and to Signals on Cotswold Radio. So, right, that's it. Now, this is our last show before Christmas because we're not going to be on next week because I'm going to be in the Horseshoe Bar with Tom Russell and others. So, if you're around next Friday night and you fancy a pint, we'll be in the Horseshoe Bar. So come and join us. Tom will be there. He might not be there at this time. It's 11 o'clock at night, so he might have gone home by now. But we'll be there from about 4 o'clock, probably until 8 o'clock-ish, something like that. There'll be me, my mate Brian, and if you come along, you've been more than welcome. Join us for a beer. That'd be nice. That'd be really nice. After this madness, we're going to do our usual Zoom thing. I might not be
More
on my own
madness.
tonight. Even more madness. Yes. I think I lasted about 10 minutes last week and I had to go to bed. I was so knackered. But I'm not as bad this week. But yeah. But anyway, thanks very much for tuning in. Andy,
Yeah, thank you.
you did a cracking job of the music tonight, mate. It's so good we found these recordings, these good recordings, isn't it? It's so nice to be able to play high quality
It
recordings.
was good. Yeah.
One thing that Andy and I are doing just now, which is we've mentioned before, but it's still, isn't it weird, mate?
It's
Do
very
you find
weird.
it? I find it very weird. We're doing a new podcast with the one and only Tom Russell, who used to be the man who, you know, after Tommy Vance, 10 till 12, 12 till 2, Tom Russell, Radio Clyde. And we're doing a new podcast with him where the idea was that we would listen to some of the old interviews he did from back in the day, and more modern actually, but mainly back in the day.
Yeah.
And how many have we done now? 9?
We've done
We've
a
done
few.
David Coverdale, Neil Peart, Van Halen,
Angus Young.
Angus Young, yeah.
Done dude from Shinedown.
Shinedown. That,
Fish.
yes, Fish was good. Fish was a good one actually, really good.
And
And then Ozzy Osbourne this week.
Ozzy Osbourne. That's 7.
And right, I think is that it. Oh no, there's the one with the DG, but what's it called?
DBM.
Yeah,
DBM.
DVM. So we've done 8. And we're doing good. Andy had the idea, let's do 11 because, you know, turn the amp up to 11 sort of thing. So we're going to do 11. We'll probably finish it before the end of the year and try and get it out at the beginning of the year. But it's been fabulous. Not only spending time listening to these interviews, but spending time with Tom, because he's into a force of nature, mate, and he's really good, isn't
Great.
he? He's really good. He's a lovely man.
Yeah, I'm loving talking to him.
Every week, Andy goes, "That's Tom Russell."
Every week.
And Tom goes off and has a rummage, right? This rummage word keeps coming up. And a couple of weeks ago, he read the list, right? He sat there and he read a list, and it was ridiculous who's interviewed, you know. So we're dead excited about it, and I think it's quite a good idea and quite a good show. Andy and I are getting better. We're not close to him as broadcasters, but
no way, man.
No chance.
He's
But
a pro.
he's total pro. But it's been amazing doing it, and we hope to get the first show out, which will be the David Coverdale one, in January or February next year. It's not Apollo centric. Well, it kind of is, isn't it? Because Coverdale and Van Halen and others have all made. Neil Peart was really interesting about the Apollo. But it's meant to be broader than that. But it's hard for us and Tom not to talk about the Apollo. So yeah, you'll all enjoy it, I think. But it's so cool. We've been listening to the interviews, and it's like nobody's heard these interviews for 40 years. Some of them, you know, it's bizarre, you know. And this week it was great. We did Ozzy this week, and it was absolutely hilarious. I mean, Ozzy was really, really funny. And intelligent, and not at all. 1991, was it, Andy?
Yeah, I think it
was. Yeah. And it was a really
91.
91.
Yeah.
The beard of doom.
Yeah.
we'll tell Tom next week. Anyway, Tom's going to be there on Thursday night. So if you're coming along, if you fancy coming for a pint, I'll be in a corner somewhere with a man with a long beard having a beer. Come and join us. We would be absolutely delighted to see you. Brian saying used to buy my records from Tom and his shop in Bishop Briggs. Yeah. Derek saying all the best. Thank you. And this has been Glasgow Apollo Live with me, Scott MacArthur.
And me, Andy Muir.
We're off. We'll be on the Zooms in the next 10 minutes or so. Well, probably sooner than that. I'm going to go and get another glass of red wine. I've drank all my red roux thing, whatever it's called, jammy roux. I'm going to have some cheap Aldi shite next. But anyway, to the LinkedIn viewers, I bet you never expected that. Anyway.
Yeah. No.
I think we got one that was from me, mate. No More Tears. Now, yeah, it was No More Tears. Yeah, and he talks about that in the interview. Yeah. And it is.
Actually, I sent a little thing to Scott about Lemmy said that he made more money from writing 4 songs with Ozzy than he did in 15 years of.
Is that
being
right?
behind.
Wow, I never saw that, mate.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Because if you don't know,
And he went,
Lemmy wrote at least half the songs on that album, which is brilliant.
4 of the singles.
Yes, and they're good.
Yeah.
They're really good. Lemmy,
Yeah.
mate. Anyway, good night. We'll see you over on Zoom. Here's Mr. Muir giving it laldy. How do I Zoom? Right, this man's asking us how to Zoom.
Well,
Let's make sure Brian can.
Click that link, Brian. Click the link.
And
then
www.glasgowapollo.com/Zoom.
I'll just
Brian.
put the link back in there.
Andy's doing it for you, but it's www.glasgowapollo.com/Zoom. Will be as long as it takes me to walk downstairs and get a glass of wine. Come back again.
So maybe come back and try in 10 minutes.
2 or 3 hours. There's the link. So it's dead easy. It's dead easy, and if you're lucky, you'll get some death metal and some communist bullshit. But otherwise, it's really quite interesting.
Or there's another link you can press, Brian, and I'll
Yeah.
I'll pop that in as well.
Thanks, mate.
Reply. You can do that.
Tom Russell thinks Andy's the best technical guy in the world. He does, and he is. He's pretty good. Tom's like, Andy, can you sort this out for me? And Andy goes, aye, Tom.
No bother. I was quite surprised that I actually managed to do some customer. What do you call it? What's that thing? Like help desking when he was trying to change his background.
I remember that was funny. That was funny.
Like,
All
wow.
this will be available shortly on our YouTube channel, but it's just the usual crap from me and Andy. Tom Russell's there, being very professional. All right.
He is.
Anyway, okay, we're gone.
Right.
Good night, everybody. Tune in
See ya.
week after next week. We won't be on. No way. As I say, I'm going to be out with. Probably that night I'll be out with my mum and dad. Oh God. Anyway, right. Okay. Good night.
Yeah, like the one.
I love you, honey.